Hi everyone, this is Nisha and welcome to the Love in Doha podcast.
And it's Sada, and we're here again with another great podcast for you all.
We at Lovin are all about communities and we are all about spreading positive community stories. And you know what? The thing that I love the most about Lovin is that we have so many cities. We have actually 21 cities, and every city has its own personality and every city has its own unique perspective. And honestly, I am so inspired by one of our cities, Lovin Palestine, that continue to bring the most amazing heartfelt, authentic content. So guys, if your heart beats for Palestine, please do check out Love in Palestine, our Love in Palestine show as well. And so Sarah, what did you do? Did you do anything fun for your weekend?
Well, I actually last week I got a gym membership.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was just done feeling like I'm not really doing anything for myself.
Indeed.
So I went and I got a gym membership and I go there. It's my 7 to 9 after my 9 to 6.
Amazing. Look at that dedication.
Yeah.
You're inspiring. And you know what? Honestly, I need to jump on that bandwagon. I have done pretty much nothing since the time I got here. Every week I do make progress in the house, but honestly, I still haven't got into the rhythm of cooking food. I'm still relying really quite heavily on the food apps. But the way I look at it is that since I still need to buy a car and I'm still not mobile yet, I think all this food delivery might actually end up getting me a Rolls Royce.
You're killing two birds with one stone. Seriously.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
the offers are unresistible. Like, you have to do it. Especially with that kind of deal going on. Why not?
Why not, right?
Exactly. So in this episode, we're going to dive into some exciting news about Hamad International Airport, also 2036 Olympics, a heartwarming community story, and finally, we'll take a look into a wedding celebration.
Ooh, I love weddings.
So stay tuned. So Hamad International Airport soared to new heights in Q3, serving 13.7 million passengers, which set a new record. They set new records in cargo and baggage handling, and 7.9% rise from last year. Well,
Oh my God, that's a fantastic achievement, no?
right? That's crazy. And also, the craziest part is, you know more about this, Nisha. How is this aligned with
I think, that's a great question. If you look at, I was at the Roadmap event for Visit Qatar, and they did have this massive goal of hitting 6 million visitors in Qatar per year, right? And so, it's baby steps towards that big vision, to that big goal. But it's not just that. It's like, people are moving to Qatar, even though after post the World Cup, people are still actually relocating and moving to Qatar. You and I are examples of that.
100%?
And it's not just people, it's also companies. If you look at the investment made by Microsoft in Doha, they have a huge presence here. Then you have Google Cloud in Doha, and also you have all these media companies joining, setting up offices here like Snapchat and TikTok. So that's really, really exciting. So, Doha is still growing at a very sustainable pace, regardless of pre-World Cup or post-World Cup.
Yeah. I hope Amazon is the next big company to come to
Yeah,
Doha, 'cause
absolutely. I so miss Amazon.
me too. But I can't wait till it comes, and I'm just like, add. Big box delivery. Cannot wait for that. Moving on to the president of World Taekwondo, Dr. Shungwang Shu. He shared his confidence in Qatar's ability to possibly host the 2036 Olympics. Along with that, the anniversary is coming up for Qatar's World Cup, which is crazy because time actually does fly, like my parents said. So I understand
If you're
them.
having fun.
If I'm having fun, yeah.
Yeah.
But I get my parents now, I relate. So he also said that Qatar has shown that it's more than capable of hosting the 2036 Summer Olympics because of its success with the World Cup. And Nisha, you have your perspective on this because you attended both the Doha Asian Games as well as the Qatar World Cup. So,
Indeed.
what's your opinion on this?
Honestly, I totally resonate with Dr. Shu about how Qatar has the ability, the infrastructure that they've already built, and the mindset, the right mindset to host something that is such a huge level. I think I totally resonate. I was here during 2006 Asian Games. I worked all through the build up for the 2006 Asian Games, and that was such an exciting time. Honestly, I still remember the opening ceremony. It's forever etched in my memory. It was a very chilly evening, and the part where the white horse actually walked up the ramp, it was something that most of us do remember really fondly and proudly.
And it goes to show how great they are as people to host these big events, because look at that. How long ago was that? And it's still a really viable memory in your brain.
Absolutely. And what we saw during the FIFA World Cup was that Qatar was put under a lot of scrutiny during the World Cup, but despite it all, I mean, Qatar delivered a fantastic FIFA experience. Yep. And it was probably the most classiest FIFA that we saw, and a peaceful one.
But still, like, it goes to show, and people are still talking about that, how alcohol doesn't really play a big game in World Cups, Like, people had so much fun. Like, the amount, I saw it throughout when it was going on. People, my friends from university, they even left and went to Qatar to go see the games and stuff. And it was so exciting to see so many nations come together and, really vibe out. And they got to see, like, how we don't need alcohol to have fun. So that was great.
It was a fun experience. And honestly, whenever Qatar says that they're going to do something or host something, they do it so well. And I just have to say that if Qatar ever does host the 2036 Olympics, we are not going to have a situation where the athletes are found sleeping on park benches, right? So
they'll be ready to go. Let's see who wins,
So yeah, I'm totally up for that. So let's manifest that.
Yeah. So now let's talk about the Arab hospitality and generosity that we see in Qatar on a day-to-day basis.
Indeed.
Free food fridges in Qatar. Imagine that.
You don't run the risk of being hangry.
Yeah,
ever.
It's beautiful because locals and expats go daily and they fill it up with eggs, milk, and bread and snacks. So nobody goes to sleep hungry. And this is just amazing. It's beautiful, honestly.
It's really very, very nice to have that. And, even when you go walking, and, I love going for long walks. Even if you go walking for long walks, there are water coolers outside people's homes. Yeah. And that's such a nice, sweet gesture that everybody's looked after.
Yeah, 100%. And the comments were actually saying like, oh, can this be done for animals? So what is your thought on that?
Actually, I have to say that they're all, I see a lot of stray cats in Doha, but they all look really well fed and well looked after, because honestly, there are like 4 or 5 families who are looking after each of these cats, and they're very content. They are really happy. They have families who take care of them, feed them, look after them. So I think that's already in play, no?
I have never seen a stray cat.
Really?
No, I've never seen them. So, fun fact, if you guys didn't know, Nisha and I are Desi. So, we have a strong opinion about the next topic. So, it's a lavish wedding in Qatar. So, come on.
I mean, I'm all for big weddings because it's so much of fun and it's so much of fanfare, and it's a celebration that you will probably never forget.
But, sorry to say, controversial, opinion coming on. Desis, South Asians do it the best.
You know what? We do have a formula to make our weddings really, really incredibly unforgettable. I mean, first of all, it lasts sometimes longer than a week.
7 to 12 days.
Sometimes, depending on how elaborate you want to go. And it's all about the outfits. It's all about the bling. And it's all about, one event after another. And it's just a great celebration. So I'm a big fan of that. It is sometimes over the top, but if you're just going to do it once in your lifetime, why not?
Exactly. Plus, you can, I don't know about everyone else, but you can never outshine a Desi bride. But let's talk about this breathtaking wedding celebration where over 4 million flowers.
Oh my God, 4 million?
4 million. A celebrity performance, which was Nancy Ajram.
Oh.
Yeah, and The bride's entrance, before she entered the venue, it was a dance performance.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Like with the drums and all that?
No, with like ballerinas and things like that. There's more on our Instagram, so check that one out. But people were kind of like, I wouldn't like this. And because the commenters were saying that it takes attention away from the bride and stuff. What do you think about that?
Oh, well, you know what? Honestly, a little bit of distraction is always good for the bride because she probably needs a drink of water or needs to shove some food in because she's probably exhausted.
Yeah.
So I think that, music creates a whole new vibe. And, so I'm all for the music and the dancing.
That's a nice perspective to look on that situation because I didn't think that. I was kind of agreeing because I was like, big wedding, eyes on you, definitely. That's a no for me. But it's nerve-wracking, like honestly, if you look at it. But most commenters were saying it's beautiful and like it was just wow. Like you look at the videos and stuff and you're actually sitting there in awe of like, wow, this is so amazing.
Yep.
This is the end of this week's episode, ladies and gentlemen, but we are so excited to bring you more later on, so definitely stay tuned.
And tell us what you like, tell us what you love, tell us what's inspiring you guys. Keep the conversation going. Check us out on all our social channels, and we'll catch you next week.
Until next week, Doha, sending you lots of love from Love in Doha. Bye-bye! Thank you for tuning in to the Loving Doha podcast as part of the Augustus Media Podcast Network. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you got your podcast from.